33 minutes after the hour. This morning, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin still in the hospital while questions grow about the transparency or lack thereof. As we learned, the deputy, assuming his duties, didn't even know that he was in the hospital. Deputy Defense Secretary Kathleen Hicks was on vacation last Tuesday when she learned she'd be covering for the secretary. She wasn't told he was hospitalized until Thursday, the same day President Biden was made aware. Stunning, right? GOP Senator Rand Paul sits on the Senate Homeland Security. And he is also a doctor and joins us now. Senator, what stands out to you that's most extraordinary about this story?
You know, I think it's unknown what medical procedure he had or what the complications are, but I think what seems to be certain is it depicts a Biden administration that's very aloof, sort of a figurehead, that Biden is a figurehead and other people are doing the work, and that if an important person like the Secretary of Defense goes missing for a week or two, no big deal. We don't need to bother the president with this because he's really not in charge anyway. That's my first impression. The second impression, though, is that, you know, the Secretary's 70 years old, obviously overweight, good chance he has diabetes. You know, there's a lot of complicating factors here, and he ought to just own up to it. It's not, you know, everybody gets older, everybody has health problems, but he probably should own up to it if they're life-threatening. And even an elective procedure like having your gallbladder removed could lead to an infection and could be life-threatening. But I think it's better to own up, because if you don't tell people the truth, they're going to speculate even worse.
President Trump says it's a fireable offense. He should be fired for not telling the president. Do you agree?
You know, I don't know their specific rules. It doesn't sound good to me, but I don't know the specific rules on what you're supposed to tell people if you're the Secretary of Defense. But common sense would say if you're in charge of the military, think about it. A lot of people probably know about the different missions around the world, but ultimately the person who probably has the most knowledge of military missions around the world and making the intimate decisions, and ultimately it has to be a decider. You know, someone has to decide, do we respond? Do we not respond? Should the ship be in this shipping lane, this international shipping lane? Do we respond to Houthi missiles? And not being there, I think, is a dereliction of duty and a real problem, and shows bad judgment, because if this guy is going to be making the judgment about our military encounters, it makes you wonder if he just goes missing for a week and doesn't tell anybody. That doesn't sound like he's up and fit for the office.
Yeah, it's not like the world's in turmoil or anything. Meanwhile, talk about turmoil. You and Anthony Fauci had some of the most famous sparring sessions over the last few years. Now you're going to go behind closed doors. He has to go behind closed doors in front of your committee. What is your question? What are some things that you want answers to?
You know, the biggest lie from Anthony Fauci was that the United States government, and with his approval, did not fund gain-of-function research in Wuhan. We now have the Department of Energy, the FBI, and actually a group of scientists at the CIA all agree that in all likelihood, COVID-19 came from a lab in Wuhan that was funded by U.S. taxpayer dollars. Anthony Fauci has continued to deny this, and I believe that to be a lie, and I hope he's challenged on that. But it also is even worse than lying about funding it. There's supposed to be a safety committee that's supposed to review dangerous research on this. It was set up in 2017 when they began funding this dangerous research at the behest of Anthony Fauci, who's always been in favor of gain-of-function research. When they began funding it again, they set up a safety committee. Well, guess what? This research in Wuhan skipped that safety committee. They never went there, and the only way that happens is with Anthony Fauci's approval. I've been trying for 3 years to get the NIH to reveal the gain-of-function deliberations. I know they talk about it. I know they have a weekly meeting on dangerous research, and yet they will not reveal the discussions and who made the final decision to exempt the Wuhan research. But it'll go down in history as maybe one of the worst public policy or medical decisions ever made in the history of our country. The mainstream media has failed to see this, but millions of people died, and it's related to a funding decision by Anthony Fauci to fund dangerous research in China. And they've given him a pass, but I don't think history's going to be so kind, and I hope the deposition today and tomorrow will help bring more truth to this. But I know he's evasive. He testified in Missouri versus Biden, the free speech case, about him and others trying to squelch things on Twitter and Facebook. And I think he said, I don't recall, over 100 times. He said he didn't recall the bat scientist in Asia because he has trouble with Asian names, was his excuse. He also didn't remember meeting certain people that we know he had face-to-face meetings with in February of 2020 in the White House as the pandemic's erupting. He's like, oh, I don't remember. I might have met that person. So he's a dissembler at the very least. That's the best light I can put on it. But I hope we get to some of the truth today.
I know he's hoping that you would find some way not to attend because you are the one actually called him out and exposed him. Sadly, half the country still thinks he's a hero, and he's not. Senator Rand Paul, good luck today. I look forward to the after-action report.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.